All right, shifting focus, viewers, India's growth story has reached a new landmark, something that no one could have imagined over a decade ago. India has surpassed Japan to become the fourth largest economy in the world, the indication of faith in the country and the world that has put in Prime Minister Narendra Modi's economic policies over the past 11 years. Our country's GDP has shot up to $4.187 trillion, taking us into the top 4 global economies. Only 3 nations stand ahead of India at the moment. Topping the list is United States, followed by China. In the third place is Germany, but the pace in which Indian economy is growing, remember, we can surpass them in the next 2.5 to 3 years.
I think the country is at a takeoff stage where it can grow very, very rapidly, as has been done by many countries in the past. The Prime Minister gave a call that all states to prepare a vision documents at their level. And this is already visible in the growth of India. We are the 4th largest economy as I speak. We are a $4 trillion economy as I speak. And this is not my data, this is IMF data. India today is larger than Japan. So it's only the United States, China and Germany which are larger. And if we stick to what is being planned, what is being thought through, it's a matter of another 2.5 to 3 years, we would become the 3rd largest economy. And the good thing is, as we come here, almost 17 states have prepared and released or are on the verge of releasing their visions.
Now, India's rise to the top 4 has not happened overnight. It is due to a sustained effort over the past 11 years under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. It started with baby steps, but once India started to climb the ladder, there was no stopping us. Let's take you through how India has moved up the global economy rankings in the past decade. That is the Modinomics that has taken India forward. In the year 2014, the GDP was 10 trillion. In fact, 2015, it was 2.1, as you can see, trillion. In 2016, that went to 2.3. And in the subsequent years, it was 2006, 2.6, 2.9 and $4.2 trillion in 2025. That, ladies and gentlemen, is reflective of how the economic policies under the Modi government have worked for India. Now, what we just showed you was how India ranked over the past 11 years. But now let's take you through the key schemes and initiatives that have powered the Indian economy. Every year, remember, the Modi government has resolved to bringing one big initiative that serves as the booster for our economy. Now, what drove India's economy is right there on your screens. Back in 2014, remember, Make in India was launched, something that the Prime Minister reiterates even today. The next year, there was Digital India mission that began. The digital penetration in every nook and corner of the country was focused upon. In 2016, there was Startup India with a focus on entrepreneurship and young entrepreneurs being supported by the government. In 2017, the GST reform was introduced, extremely important. That took away a lot of the burden from all of us. In 2018, Ayushman Bharat Yojana was started in healthcare. In 2019, Pradhan Mantri Kisan Yojana was launched, of course, to help our farmers for farmer welfare. In 2020, the Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan began, and that is emphasized upon even today. In fact, steps are being taken in various sectors to make sure that India becomes Atmanirbhar Bharat. In 2021, the GDP crossed the $3 billion mark. The next year, the digital rupee was launched, extremely important in the kind of era that we are living in. 2023, 10 lakh crores was allocated for capex. Remember, extremely important as far as capital expenditure is concerned, how the government is spending, what all it is spending on. All of these economic decisions have played a role in making sure that India becomes a $4 trillion economy in 2025. Let me quickly go across to my colleague Pragya, who's joining us for more on this. Pragya, some very crucial decisions that were taken under the Modi government, both 1 and 2, as to where India stands today as far as the $4 trillion economy is concerned, right from, Atmanirbhar Bharat or Pradhan Mantri Kisan Yojana to Startup India. All of these decisions have contributed to the economic growth that we all wanted to see in India.
You're absolutely right on these counts. And in fact, this is not, 1 or 2 years of efforts by the government. In fact, this is going on for past 11 years. And be it digitalization of money, and also, we are the leading country when it comes to transactions like UPI, BHIM app. We are also teaching the world about the importance of digital money. In fact, not just that, what we did with GST is also revolutionary in many ways. So all of these smaller steps that we had taken has contributed to where we stand today. In fact, Prime Minister has put a goal of India being the third largest economy. We have reached, in fact, surpassed Japan, becoming the fourth largest. And, according to NITI Aayog CEO, Mr. Subramaniam, it looks like that we are going to be third largest economy very soon in a matter of 2.5 to 3 years. What Mr. Subramaniam has also said that it looks like that the policies that have been going on for quite some time, it looks like that we need to, continue with those policies, and which will also ensure that we have a solid lead over global and regional peers, in fact. Not just that, IMF is also projecting our growth rate at 6.2%,
Right.
which is very satisfactory in every way, considering the global economy scenario right now. And many of the countries are also facing this tariff war. And this is exactly why Japan has slid down from the fourth position where it was, before this. So it also shows that how we have dealt with tariff war, and in fact we have negotiated well. So all of these steps that we had taken is going a long way in ensuring that there is
Absolutely, Pragya. So
steady and solid
domestically
growth.
and internationally, I think we've been able to manage the Indian economy and keep it stable amid all the conflicts that the world is grappling with. Pragya, thanks very much for joining us at the moment. Viewers, remember, India is now in the top 4 of the global economy rankings, but the effort to grow is not going to stop. Now, despite achieving unreal numbers over the past decade, India is predicted to continue growing at a rate of knots in the coming year as well. The International Monetary Fund predicts India's GDP to grow by 6.3% in 2026 at a time when global economic outlook is not really promising. But not everyone within India is proud or delighted with the manner in which we are climbing up the ranks. The India bloc continues to discredit India's economic gati in an attempt to undermine the success that Modi government has been able to achieve. From defining the parameter growth to raising concerns over investment to alleging income inequality, the opposition can only see faults in our economy. Listen in to the reactions that have come in.
भाई पर कैपिटा इनकम पे थोड़ा बात कर लें, अमीर और गरीब के बीच में बढ़ती हुई खाई के बारे में बात कर लें, जो मध्यम वर्ग ईएमआई देने के संघर्ष में जूझ रहा हो उसके बारे में बात कर लें, एमएसएमई सेक्टर के बारे में बात कर लें, 45 साल का बेरोजगारी का जो रिकॉर्ड टूटा है उसके बारे में बात कर लें। फिर तो हमको समझ में आए कि साहब आपके जो चमक धमक वाले आंकड़े हैं उसका प्रभाव आम आदमी पर भी पड़ रहा है। आम आदमी का जीवन, मध्यम वर्ग का जीवन, जरा उस पर चर्चा करिए ना। ये कह देना साहब इससे आगे बढ़ गए, उससे आगे बढ़ गए, सबसे आगे बढ़ गए साहब, लेकिन देशवासियों से तो पूछिए वो कितना आगे हैं, कितना पीछे हैं।
नीति आयोग की कल बैठक हुई। हम लोग भी जब नीति आयोग में पहली बैठक में गए थे तो प्रधानमंत्री ने कहा $5 ट्रिलियन के इकोनॉमी बनाएंगे। अब वो बना कि नहीं बना वो आप देख लीजिए। और ओपी चौधरी से केवल इतना पूछना चाहता हूँ कि यदि विकास बहुत तेजी से हुआ है तो 80 करोड़ लोग 5 किलो अनाज में खुश क्यों हैं, उस पर आश्रित क्यों हैं, ये बता दें चौधरी।
All right, with that, it's time for a short break. Mid news and updates will continue on the other side.